Sunrise, sunrise, sunrise. Will you wait with me for the moonlight, moonlight, moonlight? How will they both be held? Folding limbs as last lights fade. Oh, you'll walk with me in the one light, one light, one light. Oh, you'll sing with me the one line, one line, one line. How you smile.
So last year, we had this massive rain. When our pond was filled all the way up, we had this massive rain and water spilled over the center of our dam. We don't want that same thing to happen this year. While the water's low enough, we're gonna get after the spillway and do some spillway maintenance today.
We'll keep chasing this, our love so true. Forever.
Yeah, we're gonna clear out that whole spillway.
Yeah.
We're gonna clean it up. Gage is raking. Gage is moving rocks right now. I should probably be over there working with them. So
This is our pond here. You can see it, how beautiful it looks today.
This is where the water came over the dam last year. And it washed. It'll start washing the center of the dam out. We don't want that. So we're gonna try to make sure that this is functioning properly. And if it's not functioning properly because it's a bad design, man, I hope we figure that part out too, because we've never done this. There's not a whole lot of information for this style, but I see that they use it a lot around here. So it's just a big pile of rocks to keep the fish in and hold some back. Them all back. Yeah.
All right, so we got plenty of work to do this morning. It is kind of chilly, but once we get going, I think it'll be all right. So this pond gets overfilled during the winter. And as spring starts to come and the rains come, we definitely get flooding. So we want to make sure our dam doesn't wash away. We're doing some preventative maintenance. Guys are right here already working at it. So we're going to jump into it this morning. Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate you.
I'm not sure what the panel's about. Look at this.
How cool. Wonder what's in it.
And that looks like a quartz of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you want it?
Over there.
I knew we'd need a wheelbarrow. probably burn this, and then we can maybe we'll like layer it. We'll just start chunking them in and layer it, because it does help with erosion. You think they did it so they could cross right there?
Maybe.
It just seems like it's gonna hold the water back. This pond was getting real deep too. I bet you if we take that out, just level it off with these rocks, that it won't get any deeper than this right here, all the way around this pond.
What are you doing, my girl?
It's definitely going to drain. What we probably ought to do is consider, we'll leave these rocks here because we can line this entire bottom evenly with these rocks. You know what I mean? They're not exactly what we would want because they're not super flat, but that's okay. As long as I could drive a tractor through there, that would be pretty sweet. You know what I mean? Start back here. That'll help with the erosion some. It'll fill in with dirt and stuff too, and pack it a little bit nicer. But I think for now we don't. Rainy season's coming, man.
So what we decide, babe?
We're gonna let the spillway alone for a little bit. We'll let rainy season do its thing. We can wash all this out since it's coming anyways, and then we'll reinstall all these rocks later once this is all cleared out, because this was too high, right? That's dangerous for the pond. It's dangerous for us because we walk back and forth on this pond, man. What if one day it just
Gave away?
gave way?
Yeah.
Are you ready to ride the wave?
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pretty deep fall down there, but we did get all the rocks out of here. And
If we're worried about the fish, we'll look at other options, like some sort of a grading system across there instead of the rocks. I think the rocks just make it too difficult
yeah.
to keep it clean. The debris is clean because you got to take everything out. So with a grading system in here, we can maintain it, right? So, and then you only allow that to be so high, and then it has to spill over anyways. You never want it to do what it did to us
Yeah.
last year and spill over the middle of your dam, because
Yeah.
that's like scary.
It's starting to erode away, so we are over here
We
doing
fixed it.
some maintenance. We pulled out all these rocks.
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll give it some room to just do what it needs to do.
Yeah, it's gonna wash out now, so the pond won't
Clean out
get
some stuff.
any deeper than that spot over there. That'll give us some feet down below the top of the pond, which is safe. That's safer. So I mean, it was pretty awesome looking at the pond that full, but I was like, man, how many times can it handle that before kapooey?
Yeah, yeah. Definitely don't want your pond to give way.
So I'm just gonna straighten up these rocks a little bit,
Okay.
so I can get the mower in here and we can get through when we're ready. Because once we get all this stuff cleared up and it washes through, it's gonna end up with more leaves, right? So we'll clear it out again and we'll just keep maintaining it for this year. And once it's all washed out, like nice and whatever, we'll put these rocks back in
Okay.
evenly, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And it'll look cool.
Yeah.
It'll be like, whoa, look at what we did.
So we're gonna let nature do its job and kind of actually do a washout to, you know, give it a smooth surface to where we can go ahead and lay some rocks in there.
The idea is to not allow too much volume of water to be able to spill out at one time.
Right.
So you can mitigate that some with certain types of slopes and spillways and things like that, right? So you don't lose all your fish. There's other ideas. But you gotta have something in there because erosion is bad news.
Yeah.
So this will wash away quickly without something.
So we'll get the rocks back in there after.
Yeah, we'll get the rocks in back after. If we have such a horrible season and it washes this entire thing out, the worst that happens is we lose the fish that were already in the pond. The pond gets drained. We get to maintenance the inside of the pond. We'll fill this back in with our equipment. 1 or 2 seasons, it might take a couple years, but 48 inches a year. And then you throw in, that's average of rain. So you throw in a heavy year, it might only take a couple of years to fill this thing all the way back up again.
Well, everyone, we're wrapping up another day of work on the homestead. We got the rocks dug out and cleared out quite a bit of debris over there. Gage is still working on that fire, so he'll be managing that for a little bit. But yeah, we're wrapping it up for the day. Got other things to do for the homestead, chicken stuff, cooking dinner. Yep, that's a wrap for the day.
Yeah, what did we get done?
Gage dug out all them rocks.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Most of them.
yeah. I pulled out a little bit. So we decided after we removed the rocks, so we initially had anticipated on taking the rocks out, clearing all this stuff out, putting rocks back in, because we really didn't know, or we hadn't made a decision by then what we were really gonna do. So after we cleared out the spillway here, we decided that what we seen last year was just too much. And there's a lot of erosion that's starting to happen on the top of the dam because the water is allowed to get too high. So I think what we did today saved our pond. It saved our dam. But we're just gonna leave the rocks out for now in these piles. And after this rainy season, when it washes all this stuff down again, we'll come through and put all these rocks back in, but not in a dam. We'll put them in flat so we can prevent more erosion than what we're going to have anyways. So, but it looks good. All we got left now is Gage is tending the fire. That we raked up what we had there. We cleared out all the bushes over here by the front of the spillway, and we just burnt it in place because why not?
Yeah, so that was our
goal for the day.
Yeah, our goal for the day, and we completed it.
Yeah, so this is the first phase of pond maintenance. Second phase is the trees, which will be next.
All the trees behind us.
Coming down, baby.
Yep.
We're actually done with this part, this spillway. We're done with it for now. So the next big rain, we'll come and check it out and we'll see what kind of stuff is happening right here. And if we feel like it's washing it away, we got the rocks right there. We could just start chunking rocks and
Yeah.
it'll back it up. But we can't have like we had last year. We had it washed over this way and that way, and in the middle of the pond it washed over, and it started cutting a ravine in the pond, in the dam, in the middle. So it wasn't like a constant thing. It was a massive rainstorm. But how many massive rainstorms can you have before you get something crazy?
Well, you guys, it feels good to have that cleaned up so we don't have to worry about the dam on the pond eroding. So we're hoping that this makes a little bit of a dent. We're going to evaluate it as the rain comes.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with it, and then from there we'll just do what we need to do. If we need to put the rocks back in there, we will.
Typically they put a pipe in there,
Yeah.
a culvert, so that when the water gets up to a certain level, it'll wash through evenly. Yeah. But some people do a more natural approach, and they use like the riverbed method or something. Isn't that what it's called? Like a riverbed method or something?
Yeah, you line the
Bottom with rocks. And same thing, you kind of want it to be as level as possible, right? So that you don't end up with large volumes of water built up, because then your fish can get away.
right.
So they were probably having fish problems. I'm making excuses for whoever did this, but they were probably worried about losing their fish. So they built up a dam, which in turn created this other stuff. Plus it allowed the pond to get scary full.
Yeah.
Like, I hate the thought that it's not going to be full because of how much water we lose during the summer. But I think by doing the next phase of dam and pond maintenance, that'll eliminate some of those issues too.
All right. Well, you guys, we're going to wrap it up for the day. So we thank you guys so much for tagging along with us on our daily journeys. If you guys are enjoying our content, please be sure to give us a big thumbs up. Ring that notification bell.
Oh yeah,
Share our videos.
that's a good idea.
And
Sharing is caring. Just kidding. See you on the next one.
peace.
Thanks for watching. Bye.